I'm zombie Chi-Chi. I'm an actual zombie. I'm gonna eat your brains, chat. Alright, we are gonna talk, chat, about the drip marketing from earlier today. 2 new characters were released by Hoyoverse officially. Okay, so first of all, there's a lot to dissect about Scaramouche. I still can't resist calling him Scaramouche because that's how he was introduced to us in the very beginning of the game, right? So Scaramouche's official name is released to be Wanderer. And he is indeed holding an anemo vision instead of the electro vision, which we all thought that he initially had. This quote describes him as, "Those who believe cast the gods in glory, while unbelievers witness how gods transcend. But as for him, I will not characterize him as either. All uncertainties are but foundations for his future path." This is said by Boor. Wait, isn't this one of the demons, chat? Because you know how like Barbatos is Venti's demon name, and then for Zhongli you have Morax, and then Ball is the Raiden Shoguns. Whoa! Oh, Boor is codename for Lesser Lord Kusanali, chat, and we know who that is. That is the Dendra Archon, Nahida. That's wild. And what an interesting quote too, considering that, you know, Scaramouche is trying to become a god. He is Anemo, and his constellation name, chat, is Peregrinus, is that how you say that? Which apparently, chat, I looked this up beforehand, but this means foreigner or one from abroad, which is again very, very fitting for him and fitting for his actual name as well. Thoughts about his aesthetic? Let's take a look at his original design in comparison. So we can see his original design was very blue, black, dark colors, red as the accent, and then purple as well. But in his new design, it is the complete opposite of those colors. So we have a lot of blues, turquoise, there's still accents of purple, but when coupled with the red, it doesn't look as menacing. Not to say that he is like a calm character or anything. And the fact that he has a anemo vision as well, I know some people are very surprised by that. I personally think that maybe his delusion was electro. That was what we saw originally when we, you know, first came across him in Inazuma and we were about to fight, and then Miko saves us. But it's very interesting, chat, because I always thought, oh, the delusion of a Fatui Harbinger is the opposing element of their actual vision. So for example, for Child, his own vision element is Hydro, right? But his delusion was Electro. So I don't know, is Anemo the actual opposite of Electro? I don't know. Maybe Electro was not his delusion, so I don't know what we saw in Inazuma. But I do agree, because I think we know for a fact, chat, that anemo visions are given to those who their main theme is like having to do with, yeah, traveling or like going with the flow and stuff. So for him to have an anemo vision and the name Wanderer, it makes a lot of sense. So from Scaramouche's like previous cutscene, we know that he has a traumatic past. We know that he became the way he is because he felt discarded by A, whereas she thought that letting him go would give him freedom and control to live his life the way he wanted to. But he clearly does not feel that way. And then he met at least one person that was close to him, and then something tragic happened to that human, and from that event he became someone who tries to not care about others, and now he's trying to become a god. It's pretty wild, chat, the engagement that his tweet has gotten. I'm pretty sure his drip marketing post is like Hoyoverse's most liked and most retweeted tweet, because the anticipation for him is just so high. Also, one other thing that's noteworthy about Scaramouche, chat, is that his drip marketing was released today on Halloween, October 31st, right? And you know what else was released on October 31st? Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, which has the iconic line, "Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?" Is it a coincidence? I don't think so. I hope that everyone is happy with his redesign. I am. I think he looks cool. I do hope that just with this redesign and him being a playable character, joining our party and stuff, I hope that doesn't mean that he's gonna turn into like a goody two-shoes boy. I still hope he retains some of his snarkiness and everything, and that, he still has some sass towards the traveler in his voice lines, but it'll be very, very interesting to see how his character is further developed and to see what happens with him in the story. I'm very, very excited for that. Okay, let us look at the second new character, Faruzan. So I know a lot of people initially equated her to look like Hatsune Miku because of her color scheme and her hair, but I think this actually has to do with Middle Eastern origins, chat. There's actually a thread on Twitter that I was looking at before on Faruzan and her design. This is written by Amir. I believe he is from the Middle East. He pointed out that Faruzan's outfit, we can see like she has a lot of like shiny things on her dress, and this is a reference to Firuze, which is Persian turquoise. And also the pattern seems to follow a lot of Iranian architecture from the past, which is really, really cool. And apparently her outfit also bears resemblance, like the skirt bears resemblance to a particular type of Middle Eastern clothing. So that's really, really cool. Okay, let's learn more about her. Oh, her quote is from a book. Much of the content found within this book originates from Madame Faruzan's theories and manuscripts. It is our hope that future generations of scholars will remember her name when she returns to the academia. Introduction to Ancient Machines. This text was released, wait, almost a century ago and is still on the Kusharawars essential reading list? I find it really cool how her title is like Enigmatic Machinist and also Haravatat Household Name. Her constellation name is Flosculi Implexi. I hope I said that right. What does this mean? Flosculi means flowers, which I guess is also a reference to her skirt as well. Her skirt kind of reminds me of petals. Oh my gosh, wait, I actually love this. So it's like comedic in a way because first of all, it's very ironic that she asked to be called Madame, even though, yeah, she looks very, very young. And then they place a lot of emphasis on her age, you know, in how she looks youthful, how students shouldn't ask her how old she is. And then there's like a mystery around her not being a part of the Haravatat Darshan, right? It kind of hints at her being, because it says that this book, this Introduction to Ancient Machines book, was released almost a century ago. But then it also says this book originates from Madame Faruzan's theories and manuscripts. That must mean she's almost a century old. So has she found the secret to eternal living? Has she made a deal with the devil to remain youthful forever? Is she a vampire? Who knows? Who knows? Also, yeah, she is an anemo type, but her weapon has not been officially announced, so I really do wonder. Does she look like a sword user, chat? I don't think she would wield... I think for sure she would not wield a claymore. She just doesn't have that look about her, you know? Yeah, maybe sword. I don't think she would wield a polearm either. She could be a bow user. I think sword or bow for me. She looks like a catalyst cryo? But we already have a 4-star animal catalyst, so I don't know. She's very flowy like a catalyst user. You know, her arm movements kind of does remind me of like Yai Miko's. So, yeah. Very excited for both of these characters. I am very, very happy with the drip marketing for today. Can't wait to see how these two characters actually play when we finally get our hands on them. And I think, who knows, maybe these characters will be an instant pull for me again. Only time will tell. So yeah, until then, hope everyone enjoys Genshin 3.2 and everyone stay winning.